more than I thought. Can you even see me?
Hello friends, it is Danny, and today I'm going to be doing a very, from the looks of it, because it is 4 piles long birthday book haul. Technically, these are like all the books I accumulated over February, but 90% of them are from my birthday. A couple are binge buys, and a couple are from HarperCollins, and there's a lot of books. I didn't even count them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23 in a chapter sampler.
Don't ask me how this happened. I could tell you, but I don't want to. Let's get started because it's gonna take forever. Flash back to the beginning of February because that's where we're starting. I think I have these 99% in order of the way that I accumulated them. First book is a book that I got at my birthday party, and that is a copy of Saint Anything by Sarah Dessen. Hannah from Push I Hannah got me a copy of this. She also got me a little necklace that I hauled in my birthday haul that was not book related. Technically, a lot of the stuff I got in there was book related, but like not books. Good explanation. So she got me the camera and she got me the necklace and then she got me this. And the last time I read a Sarah Dessen book was like 3 years ago. So this is her favorite Dessen, so I have to read it for her. These were 3 books that my aunt got me when we were killing time in the dollar store, but I found these and I was like, they are so cheap. They were $1.25 each. And then Aunt Cheryl bought them for me as like a belated birthday gift because it was a couple days after my birthday. First one is 39 Deaths of Adam Strand by Gregory Galloway. And this is about a boy who keeps killing himself, but then he comes back to life every time and he doesn't understand why he doesn't stay dead. I've never heard anything about this book, but I read the back when I was there and it stuck with me and I had to get it. The next book is Ask the Passengers by A.S. King. I don't really know much about this one, but I do know that this is Ariel Bissat's favorite author. I have another book by A.S. King that I still haven't read yet. It's Everybody Sees the Ants. I've heard nothing but good things about A.S. King, which is also why, prelude into the next book, I got Reality Boy by A.S. King. And I've heard this one's really good. I know that this one is about a guy who was on a reality TV show and he was portrayed in a bad light, I think. Or his life kind of spirals out of control when he was on TV at 5 years old. 12 years later, he's still haunted by his rage-filled youth. Next 3 books I ordered with one of my Chapters gift cards that I got for my birthday. First book is Under Rose-Tainted Skies by Laurie Gornall. Ooh! And I found a 15% off coupon. I'm pretty sure this book is about a character who has OCD and agoraphobia, but I could be wrong. I know it has a lot to do with mental health issues and then a boy and a girl falling in love and things. Let me just preface that book and the next book and the book that isn't here yet, so it'll be in my March haul, but the 3 books that I got were all half price when I bought them. Also on that half price purchasing, got a copy of The History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. This is the first book I have by him. Hannah from Push I Hannah, again. She read this and said it absolutely murdered her, but like in the best way. And so when she told me that it was half price, I had to get a copy for myself. I had to. The book that I bought from that order is A List of Cages. I don't remember the author, but that has not come in yet because it was on back order when I ordered it. So that'll be in a March haul. And when I went to pick up those 2 books because I had them mailed to the store, I also bought a copy with another gift card of By Your Side by Casey West. And I'm currently reading this. And this book is about a girl and a guy who get trapped in a library for the weekend. God, it's so good. And I was gonna pick up P.S. I Like You, but I realized that the trade paperback version of that is not out until July, and all of my Casey West books are in trade paperback, so I'm not gonna start buying them in hardcover. I can wait for that one until July. The next 2 books are the books that I unboxed in What's in Danny's Mailbox 18 and 19. They came at separate times, but they are both gifts. The first book that she got me was On Writing by Stephen King, which is like his memoir of the writing craft and stories about his writing career and like advice and things. And because I'm into writing a lot more lately, she got me that from my wish list. And because I'm also into memoir-y type books, she also got me a copy of Girl Heart Girl by Lucy Sutcliffe, who is also a YouTuber, and this is about her finding herself and falling in love with a girl who she's now not with, but like I feel like it'll be interesting to know what this book means to me now that she's not with that girl. The next book my mom bought me, because I've been obsessed with memoirs lately, and this book was at the dollar store for $3. So it is a memoir by Melissa Joan Hart, who is the girl who played Sabrina from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, which was a show that I grew up on, and it's called Melissa Explains It All. The next book was a book that my cousin brought home from his Boys and Girls Club thing, and it was in like a bunch of stuff that he had, and I think it's really interesting, so I was really glad that he got it and gave it to me. And it's called Wawahati. I probably butchered that, but it's told by Robert P. Wells by Indian residential school survivors. So I don't know if anybody knows about the residential schools that happened for the longest time, but this is from the survivors of those. And because of the whole reading, what is it called? Secret Path by Gordani and Jeff Lemire, I'm actually really interested in this book. I've run out of room on that stack. Where do I start my next one? Next, something I am super excited about. I actually just finished reading this book in my vlog from HarperCollins Frenzy Presents, which is linked over my face and in the doobly-doo. Tyler and I had a little date weekend, and he took me to Chapters, and he spoiled me by buying me the beautiful illustrated edition of Beauty and the Beast. But I am not even going to try and say her name. But it has such pretty illustrations, like there's pop-ups and things, and it's like the original classic, and it's actually my favorite classic now. So you'll see that in my February wrap-up. The next 3 books I got on Saturday, which is the 25th. Hannah from Push Eye Hannah and I, we went to a book sale and a thrift shop. I only got one book at the book sale, and that is a copy of Room by Emma Donoghue. I got this book for $2, and it is in pristine condition. A kid who escapes the room that he and his mother have lived in because his mother got kidnapped, and then she had him in the room, and he's never lived a life outside of the room, but then he escapes the room, and it's about his life outside of the room. That's all I know. How many more times can I say room? But then we went to a thrift shop, and I had been in that thrift shop like 3 months prior and saw an arc of On the Fence by Casey West, and didn't buy it because I didn't know how much it was, and it was just kind of like an impromptu go in, come back out, just kind of scoping it out. So then Hannah suggested we go there, and I went, and the copy was still there, and they were having a 50% off book sale, or a 50% off the entire store sale, and books were already cheap there as it is. So I now have an arc. I was like, I'm gonna buy this arc so that nobody else does, because then it won't be sold again, and it's in good hands now. And it technically matches all my other Casey West books, other than the fact that it has the uncorrected proof and that. So now the only ones I need are like her new ones. The other book that I have from that thrift shop binge buy is a copy of The Summoning by Kelly Armstrong. This is the first book in the Necromancer series that she wrote. Her other 2 books are like literally right here, and I just didn't have a copy of the first one because I read that from my library. I got both of those books for $2.10. Not complaining. The next 5 in a chapter sampler, I'm just going to list their names. I'm not going to talk about what they're about because I literally just hauled them in my HarperCollins Frenzy haul. So if you want more information about all of those, you can go watch that right here. These are all arcs, by the way, so they're not coming out until April and May of this year. I have I See London, I See France by Sarah Milanowski. I have a copy of Ramona Blue by Julie Murphy. A chapter sampler of Zenith by Sasha Ellsberg and Lindsay Cummings. Then I have Me and Me by Alice Coopers. I have a copy of It's Not Like It's a Secret by Misa Sugira. I almost didn't have a copy of, but then did have a copy of Romancing the Throne by Nadine Jolie Courtney. So those were all of the books that I was going to haul like a couple hours ago, but then I convinced my aunt to take me to Chapters, so I have 2 other books that I get to haul for you guys. So let's talk about the first book that I was actually going to Chapters for, because I finally knew where to find it in the store. Okay, I had like 5 gift cards for my birthday. I still have 1 gift card left with about $10 on it after this purchase, and that was like a $50 purchase, not gonna lie. So the first book, the one that I originally went for, is a copy of Wires and Nerve by Marissa Meyer, which is about, I don't know if people call her Aiko or Aiko. I call her Aiko, and I refuse to call her anything but it's about Aiko from the Lunar Chronicles, and like, she's one of my favorite people ever, and I'm so excited. And it's a graphic novel, guys. Look, oh, it's blue. Oh, Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know what it looked like on the inside. I'm excited. I had to get a copy. When I went with Tyler, I had the choice between getting that and getting Beauty and the Beast, but Beauty and the Beast was more expensive, so logically I asked him to buy that one, and then I went and got this one. Technically I was only going to buy that book, but then I saw this one, and oh, there's a scratch in the cover, in the dust jacket. Oh no. Okay. So I have to be careful with it now. I didn't even know it was a thing. It was just kind of, it caught my eye, and then I read the inside cover, and I had to get it, and that is Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Lost in a Book, an enchanting original story by Jennifer Donnelly. I feel like that name is familiar. I don't know what she writes, though. But it's about a book that's hidden in the Beast Library. It's about to discover it in a fascinating new world. What? So she gets stuck in the book and then has to get back out to marry the Beast? What? I'm hoping that this is better than the spin-off of Disney's Descendants by Melissa De La Cruz, because I don't know. The cover is beautiful though. Like, look at Belle. Look at her. Look at this. It's just too pretty. That is it for this super long, super binge buying, super exciting book haul for my birthday and every day after. At least I'm getting back into the reading mood. So I've kind of put my manuscript aside for a little bit because I was hardcore editing, and now I'm just kind of like, I can wait on that for a little bit. And I think I'm gonna film a Danny Diaries episode soon, because I have yet to hear from the literary agent, even though it's been over a month now. Like a few days over a month, but still. And then I'm going to talk about the fact that I'm not really editing right now, and into more reading and maybe more writing. The next video you're going to be seeing is probably going to be a February wrap-up. Until that video, friends, bye!
Thank you for watching my video. Hope that you really enjoyed the show. Hit the subscribe button down below and go and read some books.